Hi, my name is Deb Johnston and welcome to Women Reinventing Midlife TV. Today, I want to talk about increasing energy and vitality after 50. And it's such a interesting topic for so many of us in this phase of life, because often when we reach 50 and after, we feel like our energy and our vitality diminishes. So what I've noticed over the last few months, I've been watching the moon very, very closely. And what I have learned in my own experience is that by following the phases of the moon, I'm able to use my energy to the best that I possibly can during the appropriate phases of the moon. And I'm able to conserve my energy so that I don't burn myself out in the phases of the moon that I'm meant to rest. So I want to share this with you right now, because at the moment we are just about to go into a new moon period. And the new moon, also known as the dark moon, is the period of rest. There are actually 4 phases of the moon, and they pass over a period of 28 days. So if you think back to when you were menstruating, before your period stopped, before you went through menopause, then every 28 days, give or take a few days, you'd have a period. And that time span was a time when you probably felt like you needed to sleep more. It was a time where you felt like you didn't have as much energy as you usually do. And because you associated it with that time that you actually were bleeding, that you actually had your period, then you allowed yourself to have more sleep. You allowed yourself to have more rest because you felt like you had a reason. Well, here's the big news. Nothing changes after you stop having your period. You still need that rest phase. It is still so very important. The thing is, because we no longer have a period, we often try to keep pushing through. And because of that, we end up using too much energy, and we end up feeling exhausted. And that's not what we want, right? We want to feel energetic. We want to feel really vital in this phase of life. So it's going to be really helpful to be able to manage our energy. And this new moon phase that we're moving into right now, which happens every 28 days, well, it happens every 21 days, and we get 7 days of the new moon period. That phase, when we move into the new moon period, which happens every single month, it's important that we tune into what that moon phase is all about. It's a feminine energy, which is all about being. It's moving out of that task-oriented place and moving into a place of just being. Just being. What does that mean? It means more self-care. It means meditation. It means spending time in nature. It means having more sleep. All those beautiful, nurturing self-care things that we probably used to do when we had a period, right? We used to have more sleep. We used to look after ourselves more. And it's the same now with this new moon phase. If we nurture our energy during this phase, then we're going to have far more energy to work with when we move into that fiery moon phase, which is the full moon. And we're going to make the very best use of it, which is all about manifestation. It's all about creating what we want. But if we don't rest during this phase, we're not going to have the energy, we're not going to have the vitality to make the best use of that time period. So new moon period. Easy to find out when it happens. You just go online and you Google moon phases and put the name of your city in it. Really easy. Moon phases, the year that we're in, and put the name of your city in. And it will bring up a whole chart, and it will show you all the 4 different moon phases. And you can have a look at where the new moon phase is, that dark moon phase. And you can start to plan it out. I always say maybe the first 2 to 3 days, really need a lot more rest. And if you're working, you can still do this. You can probably close the door for 10 minutes at lunchtime and just do some deep breathing in your office. You can maybe go to bed a bit earlier. It doesn't mean you've just got to stop doing anything. I know if we're still working, we still have to work, right? So you can still make sure you do a bit less so that you can spend more time nurturing yourself in this really important phase. And this restores our energy levels. It restores our vitality so that we feel like we always have enough. I hope that helps. Lots of love to you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for giving me your time. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more snippets like these. Lots of love. Bye-bye.